In Malaysia, I am guilty until proven innocent. A whole continent, 54 countries, 1.3 billion people on the African continent, if I'm not mistaken. And you're going to brand everybody and say, yeah, all of them are like this. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Irajwa. For those of you who are new to my channel, you can call me Raj for short. On this channel, what you're going to see is hair, makeup vlogs between Ghana and Malaysia. Check out my previous videos. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to this video. And also like this video if you find the content good. And I do want to add that if you want to comment, please comment respectfully. If you're directing the comment at me or like whoever you're talking to, if you're replying to someone, please be respectful about it. Share this video if you think it's worth someone else watching. Just click that share button and yeah, welcome to the family and subscribe. Okay, so now onto the video. This topic, yeah, it's not a comfortable one, but it's something I have wanted to talk about for several years since coming to Malaysia. I have been always showing the positive side and yeah, it seems like it's all good. But then the few times that I talk about it, mostly on my Instagram, I get people telling me like, don't. And it's like, I post makeup, you're okay. I post hair, you're okay. I post light, funny stuff, you're okay. But when I post about real things in life, like, how can that not be okay? How? Anyway, let me keep it cool and calm. I have videos where I talk about like the positive side of Malaysia. So check the description box. But this video is not that kind of happy-go-lucky video. And so if you want a balance, you can check out those videos. In light of recent events, this conversation needs to be had. So let me address something that I saw online. Why is it all lives matter? People try to explain with words, but it seems like the point just doesn't make it home. And so I'm gonna put a picture right here. Another picture is here. Does that help? I hope with these illustrations we can understand why it's Black Lives Matter and not all lives matter. Jumping right into the video, I'm going to be looking at my phone because I have some points written down. I'm simply going to Google the definition of racism. So, what is racism? Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Alright, so now that we are all abreast with the definition, the very first time I stepped into Malaysia, I experienced racism, I experienced discrimination, and it was right at the airport. Imagine, like, how old was I? 18 or something? Imagine this little girl coming to this country, like, new, and I'm carrying my suitcases, and then as I'm about to exit, you know, there's a place that the police are. They pulled me aside, like they called me, and then I went, and then they're like, open your suitcases, and it was heavy. My suitcases were heavy, and I lifted them. They didn't help me at all, like in any sort of way, nothing. They just stood there, some sat, some stood, and just looked at me. I carried this thing onto the counter, and I opened the suitcase, and then I was so confused. I was just like what is going on? The guy searched my suitcase, and he was really digging at every side of the suitcase. He opened the, how do I explain, like the lining on the sides. He opened there, he opened the top, he opened every single place, and it was a mess that he was making, to be honest. It wasn't a neat, oh, let me see like what's here, then I lift this up. It was just and I'm like, my gosh. There were extensions in my bag, and even at, like, hair extensions, and even at that time I had twisted my hair with extensions. And he was like, what's this? One of them said, what's this? And I said, it's extensions, like for hair. And then he was like, huh? And I said, yeah, like this, like what I had on my head. And he was just looking at it weird, thinking, I don't know. Looking back, I guess he was looking for some illegal things in my bag. And obviously you're not gonna find anything because I don't have anything illegal. And so that was my first experience in Malaysia. And when I finished, guys, when he finished searching my bag, he didn't even help me close it or organize it. The whole thing was a mess, and there I was trying to cover my suitcase and arrange what the person had just messed up, and no help was rendered whatsoever. I packed everything back myself. I had to lift those heavy things off the counter myself. I was delayed about what, like an hour or two for that whole process. Yeah, so needless to say, I didn't know that this was what I was going to experience when I came. I obviously was treated differently from day one. And it hasn't changed. It honestly hasn't changed. And yeah, so before when I came, I would feel safe. Like I would see police and then I would feel safe, like, yeah, like they're here. But as time went on, with my different experiences that I had, where even like roadblocks, okay, so imagine this, right? I'm in a Grab and then the driver is in the front. Grab or Uber. Uber is like, yeah, you guys know Uber, right? So I'm in the back and then the driver's in the front. And then, so there's a roadblock. There's a roadblock. The police will come with a torchlight like this, right? It was in the evening. He's like this, looking. Then you look at the driver and then you do like this. And then he'll turn and you see my face. And he's just like, that means like go to the side. Sometimes they'll say go to the side. Other times, like right there and then, they'll just knock on the window like my window. And then the driver will put it down, or I will put it down, whoever does it first. And then I just give my iCard. And that's even another thing. The iCard is I'm trying to be organized in this video, but please forgive me if it's still kind of all over the place. You would ask for the iCard, and sometimes these people will still ask for your passport. So an iCard is basically a card that is supposed to replace your passport, like an ID. Because it's so dangerous carrying your passport around. I don't know why some policemen insist that you should have your passport, because their immigration department themselves gave us the iCard. If you're a student or you're a worker, whichever one, you have an iCard that you have to carry around. And so if an authority up there has issued this card to me and you in another department but you're still up there, you are not even regarding that card. It's like, where is the communication? Like, why are you guys not speaking? Where's the cohesion there? Like, there's the system on that level, it's not working properly. And there have been times that I've just told them, I don't have my passport. Like, I don't carry my passport around. And I've heard stories where they have ripped people's passport, like different things that are going on here. And I don't know. I started being anxious around policemen. Whenever I see a police car, it slowly shifted, because the way they even approach you, because of my skin color, when they see me or other people that I'm with that are also black or African, they just assume that we have done something bad. In Malaysia, I am guilty until proven innocent. That is how it's branded here. There are some Africans and some black people here who are doing some illegal things. But when you compare to how many people are not doing the illegal things, it doesn't make sense as to why you would brand a whole continent. 54 countries, 1.3 billion people on the African continent, if I'm not mistaken. And you're going to brand everybody and say, yeah, all of them are like this. Why? That even reminds me of an issue that I had with my lecturer. You know what? Let me just go step by step. I have notes here. You guys will hear different experiences that I've been through and as to why I'm making this video finally. I'm not sure if you guys know about the Nigerian student who died in custody. Plain-clothed police officers came, ran after him and a group of other people, and they didn't know why, like what was happening, and so they ran. And he showed his student papers, and they took him in, and he died. They said he had a seizure. There wasn't really any clarity to that whole situation. There were protests at the Nigerian embassy. I don't know, man, but this issue is not just America. It's not. Even though here I know personally that I, as a Ghanaian female, I won't be killed. I know that I will be racially profiled. I will be looked at like, what have you done? Before I even say anything. Like before you even encounter me, they just assume, some people I should say, just assume that you have done something. And so for me, this issue is not a police issue. It's not, because before they became policemen, they are human. They are regular people. Let's say I go to Aeon or Just Go or a mall, right? And he's not on duty at that time, like a policeman is not on duty at that time. He's just walking around in his plain clothes. And that same prejudice that he has about people who look like me, he's going to take that into the uniform. There have been times that I have been scared. Scared about people dear to me going out on their own because I don't know what the police are going to do. I know people who have been threatened to be taken to the police station because you know the sticker, like the in Malaysia you have a P sticker for the car. It was at the wrong side of the screen, the windscreen. So you're threatening to arrest somebody for that. Like why? Why? Does that even make any sense? Why? To have people in authority abuse their power and discriminate against people, you know, it's not the best. People, I don't know how people are gonna react to this video, but this I don't know. I don't know, man, but I will still post this video because things we need to discuss. We need to talk about things. Like things need to change. Okay? So as much as we may be stuck in our ways, let's try to watch this video with an open mind. In Malaysia, there is a glorification of the Western world. There is a glorification of whiteness, all things white. White people, white skin, white, just anything related to white people is like a plus. I see it in different countries that I've been to, but because I'm in Malaysia, that's why my focus is here. And in other countries, at least they're open to talk about it. But in Malaysia, when you try to have a conversation about it, chances are you'll be met with, what are you talking about? No, that's not true. Malaysians are generally non-confrontational. If someone is upset about something, they wouldn't approach you about it. And it's something I had to adjust to. Initially, it used to annoy me so much. Like, if you don't like something, like, say it. You know? Like, be vocal. Talk about it. But they will give you attitude and be passive-aggressive towards you. And I didn't... initially, I was confused. Like, what is going on? Like, there's something obviously wrong, but you're not saying anything. It's a cultural thing. And culture is... It's ingrained, you know, and this is not going to change in hours, days, weeks, months, years even. But at least if you're willing to have this conversation about it, if you're willing to be open and acknowledge that, yeah, this is what happens here and it's not the best, we will try to improve. And not just saying like, oh, sorry to me, because I know there are people who have messaged me saying, oh, I'm sorry, and saying that, oh, oops, saying they have African friends and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's really not about you having African friends or black friends. You can be married to an African person and still be racist. It's not, the two are not mutually exclusive. I studied advertising, right? And even without studying advertising, if you look at TV, look at the media, not just in Malaysia but worldwide, what is pushed is white features, European standards of beauty being like the epitome of beauty, things like that. And Malaysia has picked it up so much. I'm not even going to mention brands, like, nah, because we say it all the time. They prefer to use Eurasians, that's Europeans who are mixed, Europe plus Asia, Eurasian. Like, what is wrong with using the Malaysian that we see around? If you rely on TV, you'll be so misinformed. I have people who have told me that, wow, like I never knew there were dark Indians in the world. Why? Take a wild guess. Because they don't show that on TV. It was new to see dark Indians. Like, it's like, what? They exist? Yes, they do. But the media is not showing that. And why is that? This caste system that India has going on, Malaysia too has going on, it's a whole mess. Ghana has it. It's a global thing. But for anything to change, we need individuals. We need to change. You know, my mind, when I was growing up, I want to marry a white man so my kids will have curly hair. I want to have light skin so I'll feel prettier. I want to have straight hair so I feel glamorous. Where did all of that come from? Where? I thank God that my parents are pro-natural and like pro-black and everything like that, because I can't even imagine, even with my parents being pro-black in the way they raised us up, like natural hair, embrace yourself kind of thing, look at the struggles that I have had to go through. Then imagine someone whose parents are like also glorifying Western things. It's been a struggle. I'm still learning and unlearning, but I was tired of feeling so inferior. I was tired of feeling like, why can't I just be me? Why can't I just Simply put, why can't I just be me? Why can't we just be us? And then you move on to like skin whitening. People are gonna be touchy on this one. Imagine you are someone who is not fair, right? And you come to Malaysia and you see all these whitening products and it's so normalized. I always say it's like drinking water here. It really is. It really is. Most people don't see anything wrong with it. But if you think about why are those products being pushed? Why are you choosing to lighten your skin? Why are you trying to avoid having, for example, your Asian features? The most common one is the monolid. Why do you want to erase who you are? Why do we try to make our noses as thin as possible? All these things, they wouldn't exist if the media was not pushing that white agenda. It wouldn't. And it's not even about, oh, it's because of these features. It's only because of who those features are on. That is simply the case. I came to that realization last week or last 2 weeks or so when I thought about like my hair texture, right? My hair is like this kinky, coily kind of hair. It's not actually about the texture of my hair. It's simply because my hair is on me or people who look like me that it's a problem. Best believe that if the hair was switched and if a white person had my hair and I had straight hair, there would be devices, there would be chemicals to get my straight, unacceptable hair to be kinky and coily. That's just an example. And you apply that to skin, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We need to talk about this. There's too much internalized racism. There's too much self-hate that people are not willing to address. And it takes so much work, guys. It takes so much work. But it's worth it in the end because you feel more confident in yourself and it's not based on something like external. Another experience that I've had is being called the N words. And guys, when I tell you, I can't even believe that has happened. But both of them, the one that starts with N-I and the one that starts with N-E, I've had people call me that different times. I'm like, no, 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 no. You can't say that. Don't say that. It's highly offensive. The very first time it happened was my own housemate. My own housemate. And I'm just thinking, like, are you not... Google. What happened to Google? Like your stable internet and things like that. Like, what? You're not using it? Why? I couldn't connect the two, like being in Malaysia and seeing all these high-rise buildings and all this infrastructural development. And it's like, I don't see that when I communicate like with people or how they interact with me. And I was also walking sometime and two guys were behind me and then they said it. They kept repeating it behind me and walking behind me. And I turned and they just pretended like they didn't do anything and then they walked past. And that's the thing that I don't like. Like, if you're gonna do something, come. Like, why are you pretending? You can't handle if someone approaches you like, what did you say? If someone confronts you, you can't handle it. But behind the scenes, you can talk. Like, own up to the things that you do, okay? And when people tell you that that's not good, try to change it. One of the other things I experienced was renting a house. Renting a house in Malaysia as a black person is very difficult. I don't know if I should split this video into two because this is getting really long.